Alright, and we should be live. Alright, okay, cool. Good. Alright, so tonight our plan is pretty simple. We're just going to continue on with the, I was just doing some test reading before. We're going to continue on with the computer science little tasks, I guess, that we were doing yesterday. And I did figure out the problem for the exercise that we were working on yesterday too. So let's go to that. JSTS, and then, or no, it wasn't JSTS, sorry. What was it called? JavaScript exercises. And then recursion, right? Or computer science recursion code. Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, so the error essentially was that, hold on. Sorry about that. The problem was that yo, Jamal, how's it going? The problem was that this reference to this array, the answer variable, I wasn't accounting for the fact that the answer variable could also be an object. So I had to explicitly check for it here, because the value wasn't ever matching the answer, because the answer could have been an object. You're learning as well, right on. So am I. So we'll learn together. But yeah, so that causes this to pass. I'll just run the tests again for sake of example. And then it was contains.spec. Yeah, so the tests pass, which is good. So we'll get started with the third exercise. So write a function that takes an arbitrarily deep array and returns the total number of integers stored inside the array. Total number of integers. Array or object, I see. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. So I think I'll just put that like this. So we got to think about we can do something similar to what we did here, where we recursively call the total integers function. And then we need to have some sort of sum value, right? So we'll say sum equals 0 to start. And then we need to iterate through the object entries, because I'm assuming it initially accepts, well, it accepts either an object or an array, right? I think that those are the restrictions. I don't think it can accept any other type of data. Oh yeah, it can. It can accept strings and stuff too. So what I'll do is, if it's not an array or a works with an array, all kinds of things. Okay. Yeah, so if it's not an array or a or an object, then it returns undefined. But the thing that we need to do is, an array is an object, so we can say object here And then we'll do that barrier check here. So I don't know if there's an isArray function. Oh, okay, you can. Okay, so we can do if object if type of object is not equal to object, because I'm just trying to think about how to test whether because an array is an object, right? So we can do like object, or sorry, type of obj, and we can also do obj dot isArray, right? But I need to figure out how to logically check for that, like what we want here. So I think here we can also return undefined. I think we can just check, because if it's not an object, return undefined, because an array is an object. And then depending on whether the object is an array or an object, or like a standard object, we can handle the recursion differently, right? So we'll say if object.isArray. I think that, or no, is it array.isArray? Object array, and then otherwise it's an object, so we need to iterate through, right? So we can do a very similar iteration as we did over here. So iterate through the object.entries, right? Then we'll do an early return here to avoid this case if this case is true as well. Object is array. Okay, just for sake of visibility. So let's see. So if the array, if it is an array, then we want to iterate through all elements of the array. And then we need to call this function recursively if, so we can say for I. Just iterate through everything like this. I think I can also do this too. And then if type of element is an object, then we do the recursive step. Right. At the end here we want to return sum. And we want to say sum plus equals, oh actually no, if type of object is an object, then we call it recursively. So sum equals, sum plus equals total integers on the element, right? And then if it's not an object, then we want to make sure it's a, then we want to check if it's an integer. So we can say if number dot is integer object, then sum plus equals, or just sum plus plus, because it's just we need to add the number of integers. It doesn't matter. We'll have that as an else if branch, maybe. Okay, so that's the array case. And then if it's not an array, then we need to do this guy here. So we need to say if type of v is an object and it's not null. I think there's also going to be some NaN cases that I have to check for too. So yeah. So if it's an object, then we need to add that to the sum. Right. Otherwise, this is actually very similar to the array case. This is ln too. And then at the end here we return some. I think this works, maybe. It doesn't probably handle not a number cases. Because I think not a number is a number. Or something like that, is it not? Oh no, it isn't. I think I should just return 0. I don't need to return undefined. Actually, no, undefined. But I don't know what sum plus equals undefined would do. Actually, I might need to explicitly check that now that I think about it. Sorry. Okay, yeah, we can do an initial. Works with a simple array. So let's check that this is in here. Okay, that's fine. I could set breakpoints too for debugging. I'm assuming this isn't. This isn't working. Yeah, so this case isn't even being. This might not be the right way to iterate over the array either. Iterate over using in syntax this. Oh, maybe I have to use for each. For each lm, and then like this. This might do better. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Good. Okay, so that test passed. Now we test the second one. Good. Test the third. Good. I'm gonna do this one at a time. Works with empty nested array. Good. Works with a very nested array. Works with negative numbers. Works with floats. Only accepts arrays or objects. Yep. Now I'm not confident about this. Nope, it worked too. Okay, there's a failure. Okay. Works with a nested array of all kinds of things. Cannot convert undefined or null to object. Is it because it's a empty object, maybe? I actually wonder about that. I wonder if it's because of this empty object inside this array. Oh, right on, anime. I appreciate you coming around. Hi, Bria. Yeah, no Twitch stream tonight. I don't want to deal with network problems. So I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. Yeah. I know the chat on YouTube is worse, but YouTube's a bigger reach. So, all right. So our function almost works, but the problem is we can't handle. I think maybe it's the empty object, right? It's Thursday there. Yeah, that's fair. It's Wednesday evening here. I have a suspicion that it's this guy. Whoops. So we can test for that. So we can actually print the you just console log v here and see where the breakage is happening. 1, 2, 3. Let's just make a test with this. Test empty object. Because I have a suspicion it's the empty object causing trouble. Although I don't know. Yeah, because that's a function. Okay. Oh no, that did work. So that's not what the problem is then. Is it an empty array? Maybe undefined. What if we put it inside of an array? Yeah, that worked. If we did undefined. Ah, that's the breakage. Okay. So basically we need to is undefined type object? If undefined is an object type, I'm going to lose my marbles here. Let's check that, actually. Oh, it's just of type undefined. Undefined is a property of the global object. Okay, so I could just handle that here. Oh, it expected 0. I see. Okay, actually we don't want it here then. Expect expected 0. I think that's what it wanted here. So it's 1, 2, 3. Wait, so why are there 5 integers? Is infinity an integer? Got 1. Two, 3. Yeah, infinity might be. Oh no, it's its own property. I see. Yo, what's up, J-Mac? How's it going? Oh, it's just a number. Just want to see this. Okay, so it's not an integer. Okay. So I don't know how we're getting 5 out of this thing then. Got 1. Unless 74.0 counts. Okay, it is. That should be fine then. Okay, let's try this test again. Also, while I'm doing anything, if any of you have any questions, feel free to just stop me and ask. I'm literally, but as of for what I'm doing, I'm just solving exercises. Cannot convert undefined or null to object. I could do if or type of object return 0. Just add another guard clause up there. No. Cannot convert undefined or null to an object. Okay, let's see what the object is first. Oh, it's null. Okay, so it's failing on null then. Okay, so we have A1. Oh wait, let's skip everything except for that one test. Now that I think about it. Handle the null value, try to make it return proper input. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I tried handling the null value above, but it didn't work. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm just gonna isolate the test. Okay. Yeah, because NaN worked. Oh, because there's nothing. Okay. I wonder if it's trying to iterate over an empty object or something. JavaScript's so ugly. I agree, but it's a necessary evil. I normally use TypeScript, JMac, but these exercises are formulated in JavaScript, so I'm just using JavaScript for these exercises as a part of the Odin project. But no, I agree with you. I like Python way more for solving coding problems. Because I think what it's trying to do is it's trying to read an empty object. Oh, and it's a nested array, I see. Because that goes, in this empty object is from here, because it's down 3 in the call stack. So it's calling this, which is calling this, which is calling the outermost list. Yeah, I love Python too. Python's great. I use Python for leak code. I like it quite a bit. Yeah, so if we're given an empty object, I wonder if there's any... I wonder if I just do this. Oh, that worked. Okay. So instead of checking type of object or in type of, I'll just check if they're null or undefined. Okay, that worked. That was easy, I guess. It works with arrays containing objects containing integers. Okay, sick. I think this works for all tests now. Oh wait, I forgot to save it. Oh, one failed. Oh, the empty object. But that was a test I added in. Maybe put this check above. There we go. Yeah, it's the value of object, not the type of. Yeah, that was the slight slip up anime. I just addressed that. and it fixed the problem. So cool. We finished that exercise. I'll get the next one open and then kind of just take another minute break. Permutations. Wait, no, I want it like this. What's next? Yeah, I just opened it up here. So write a function that takes in an empty array. I know this text is probably hard to read, but can I like zoom in? Yeah, I can zoom into the whole thing, but that's kind of ugly. Okay. Write a function that takes in an empty array or an input array of consecutive positive integers starting at 1 and returns an array of all possible permutations. Oh, you know what this is? This is like a backtracking algorithm, is it not? I think this is backtracking, maybe. So I got to think about how we do that, because we actually, and the thing is, we don't need to calculate, because if we just wanted to calculate the number of permutations, then it would just be 2 to the power of length of array, right? Because this is a exponentially difficult function, like as far as time complexity. This is like O of 2 to the power n. But this will be good practice, because I honestly I haven't done a backtracking algorithm in a while. So yeah, because we want it to obviously recurse, right? So I'm just trying to think about how we do that without having there be repeats. Oh, is permutations n factorial? Is it? I thought it was 2 to the power n. Oh, it is n factorial. You're right. You're correct. Yep. No, you guys are right. Yeah. I'm just kind of going through finding all unique subsets. Yes, that's true. That's true. No, you're right, because this is 6. You're right. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of, JMac. Yeah, because that would make sense, because this number of permutations here is 6, which is 3 factorial, right? So yeah. No, that makes sense. Again, computer science D-rust here. Okay. I just got to think about this for a bit. Because basically what we're going to do is we're going to iteratively swap items and then recall permutations recursively. I just need to figure out like when to stop, I guess. I don't know. So I want to have some sort of accumulating array, right? So I can do like perm, and then like I want to have like a answer And then that is initialized to an empty array by default. Let's state out what you're going to do first. Yeah, that's fair. So let's do some comments here. So I think the first order of business is add perm to answer, or append, because, and then we have to do, and then do a swap, and then recurse on swapped perm and answer, or something like this. It's going to be some structure like this, right? I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure this is like the basic idea. It's just figuring out when to stop, I think, is the tricky part, right? So I'm just trying to look at the example to get a hint here. Because, okay, so the two last elements swap, and then the two first ones swap. Oh, I see. And then the... Because this would be about tree depth too, right? Because then I could also do some sort of, to state when to stop, I could also check whether the permutation has been seen before, right? You should take care of the array containing only positive integers. I don't think the elements matter. Because all the examples here are of positive integers, right? So what I'm thinking is basically we could have some sort of, I might be overcomplicating this, but we need to have some sort of like hash function to check whether or not a permutation has been seen, and then if it has, we just exit out, right? I'm kind of thinking about this in sort of like a depth first search way, a little bit, right? So check if perm is in answer. Ah, that makes sense. If it is, return nothing. Right? Yeah, caching is expensive. Yeah. I actually don't think we need to. The only problem with this check function is this adds another linear search on top of the n factorial, so it'll be n factorial times n. But I don't think, because n factorial is the dominating factor, I don't think this matters. I don't think a linear search on top of it matters too much. But it'd be something like this. Dude, I'm 25 as well. You're not too late. I'm the same age. When they said integer will not repeat, what does that mean? It basically means that, like, I couldn't get an array that, I couldn't get a case that looks like this. Right? Like, so there wouldn't be a repeating integer. So that case wouldn't be valid for this problem. Right? And if you look at the test cases, it's all either 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you're 25 as well, Plato? Right on. Yeah, that's for the input array anime. Yo, Stuns, what's going on? Ooh, you're young. Young. Okay, so some of us in here are older and some of us in here are young. 17, dang. I remember when I was 17, 8 years ago. 2018, baby. Those were the good days. That was I was in grade 12. I was about to graduate high school. Those are good times. But no, 25 is not too late. Yeah. Yeah, I'm class of... it's going well, Stuns. I hope your night's going well, too. Yeah, I'm class of 18. Yeah. I know. Although, if you count my grade 8 graduation, I was class of 14 for grade 8. Do you think web development has any demand because of AI? I think it does. Zohaib. I don't know if I said your name right. Graduated in 2010. Dang. In 2010, I was 9 years old. I was in grade 4 or 5, something like that. Been doing a bit of Odin's, been getting into the JS section. Gotta say, it's really not going smooth. Oh no. How come? I think, okay, let me go back to the thing. Zohaib is basically, I think manual coding is not gone because I think AI will screw up way more than people think. I think it's all hype, or at least 90% of it is hype. I think some of it is okay. Like, I think AI will be a great tool, but I think a lot of it is hype and bubble inflation. Yeah, big tech's kind of rolling back. And if there's this YouTube channel I watch called Internet of Bugs, and he has a lot of good videos talking about like technical debt of using AI. Like, I think the AI like heyday, quote unquote, was like 2024 and early 2025, and it's kind of being scaled back. Yeah, exactly, Bria. I'm the exact same way. I enjoy doing it. I think here though, I think we have to do like a forking thing, because if we do a swap, then we do a swap, I think we could just iterate and swap adjacent pairs. Do a swap, for loop, and swap adjacent adjacent elements, or something like that. Something like this. What problem am I trying to tackle right now? The permutations problem still, anime. You're on the loops and arrays bit, and I might need to go back and read it again because I'm on the assignment bit, and I'm finding it way too hard. Yeah, honestly, that's the best way to do it. Is the loops and arrays, is that like in the foundations course, Stuns? Yeah, just honestly go back, and also don't be afraid to ask questions in the learning and help channel in the Discord. Honestly, a lot of us are happy to help. If you do something like accessing a number at a particular index, you might not need to swap at all. I don't know. I don't know. Like, what do you mean by that, anime? I'll just go ahead and implement, see what this does. So we'll first do a linear search, which is if answer dot contains. I think it's array dot contains, maybe includes. That's includes. Permutation, then return, right? Because if the permutation is already in the answer, we don't want to keep it. Oh, you just went back on my stream to see what you did and see how you tackled it? That's fair. I honestly, and again, stuns, I want to reiterate that, like, I probably went through it a little bit faster because, like, I already have, like, the CS background for, like, to know basic data types and stuff. So I don't know how good of a video it is necessarily. So as I say, like, if you have questions, like, feel free to ask. Okay, so we'll do an early return if I'm assuming this is a linear function. So we'll return preemptively if the answer already includes permutation, right? And then at the end of this, we'll return answer, right? You might need to start asking questions in the Discord. Yeah, go for it. Perm is the array and answer is an array of the permutations. Yes, exactly, anime. So permutation is the individual array, and then answer is the, like, answer. It's the array of arrays. It's the array of permutations. That's kind of usually how backtracking algorithms are structured. At least that's how I learned how to do it. It might be different depending on how you learn. So then if we don't return here, then we can say answer dot append or push perm. And then we'll do and then we'll do a for loop. I is 1 or I is 0, sorry. I is less than perm dot length -1, and we want to do -1 because we're checking I and I plus 1, right? So we don't want to index overflow. Am I a CS grad, JMac? Yeah, I'm a little rusty though. Yeah, but my degree was more so math focused. It wasn't very practical. Like, I didn't learn any web development at all in my entire degree. So okay, so now we're going through the array, and then what we want to do is we want to get a swapped perm. Equals perm, and then I think we can do it, and then we can do a swap. We can probably get like a helper function or something to do the swap. Sorry, let. I need to keep Python and JavaScript syntax straight. I don't know how to. I don't know about this final. We'll see. Okay. Swap permutation. And then we need to do the swap, right? So we'll say temp equals perm of I. Wait, when you said perm problem, did you mean implementing the permutation formula in code? Yeah, like, you mean backtracking? Yeah, it's like a coding problem archetype, I guess. What am I learning in web dev? Which part? I'm in the computer science section of the JavaScript course in the Odin Project dev crafted. So we're on the recursive methods section. And I'm just doing the exercises within the repo. Okay, so we let temp, and then we'll do perm I. Actually, no, I need to do swapped perm because we're not mutating perm. Although we can mutate perm. Why am I even bothering? Of course we can mutate perm. Actually, no, we can't. You know why? Because I don't want to change the original array. So actually, let's keep it the way it is. So we'll do swapped perm of I equals swapped perm I plus 1, and then swapped perm I plus 1 equals temp, right? So we swap them, and then we move up, and then we swap them. But I'm just wondering, maybe that doesn't work. Oh no, it should work actually. I appreciate that, Bendex. Can I please share the link for these exercise repos that I'm using? Yeah, sure. I'll post it in the chat right now. It's not, I don't think it's in the Discord. But I'll share the repo to the JavaScript exercises. It's part of the Odin project. You can check it out there. But that assignment is by reference, not by value. Wouldn't matter? What do you mean by... hold on. Let me refresh my knowledge here. Like this perm should stay the same for each loop iteration, right? Yeah, no worries, Plato. So then, okay, so then we do our swap step, right? And then we recurse on this swap. So we do permutations, where we include the swapped permutation and then answer, right? So I think that's fine. One possible permutation for a set containing 0 numbers. I think that should just return that because there's nothing in the perm. Although I think that'll return... Oh no, it will return that because it'll add. And there's no length to it, so it just should be that. Gonna go read CS techniques? Yeah, right on. You didn't understand because of a knowledge gap. Might not be able to help out in this one. Nah, no worries, anime. I also like did a degree. How much I retained from it, I don't know. But and I'm also like, guys, like I'm doing this completely off the cuff. Like you might think I have like notes on the side. Like I'm doing this completely blind after like a year of like not really doing algorithms that much. I don't think it'll affect perm. That's why I have swapped perm. Gildar. Or is it just Gil? You've been having to write notes now and again? That's good though. Writing notes for yourself is good. Trying to get back to my prime, yeah, exactly. Well, Gil, that's what I'm doing with swapped perm. It's a copy of perm. I'm only modifying swapped perm here. It will affect assignment is not copy. Oh, I see what you're saying. I did not know that. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. So this is just a reference. It's not a value. I see. Okay, thank you for that. Actually, I appreciate that. Sorry, I wasn't understanding what you're saying. Good point. I think again. New to JavaScript, so that now I see what you're saying. So how do I? Is it like array.copy or something? What's the method? Ooh, obsidian. I've seen obsidian, but it looks intimidating. Let's see. Oh, I could just do, when copying an array, I could just do dot slice. Maybe. There are a couple ways to do it. Yeah, nice. It's just another tool in the toolkit. I'll definitely look it up. I'll look into it. I think, okay, does this not work? Perm.slice. Does .slice return a new array? Array.slice JS. Returns a shallow copy. Share the same references, point to the same underlying values. Oh, no, it isn't. Behavior contrasts the behavior of a deep copy. Oh, I see. I could do json.parse and json.stringify. Oh, it creates a copy and then splices the one that mutates. It might need an empty. It does blow up the time complexity, that's true. But it's already linear. Like, or sorry, the time complexity is already dominated by n factorial, right? So like this is a linear search up here, I'm assuming. And then this is also linear, right? And then it's also linear space complexity. Actually, it's n factorial space complexity, is it not? Oh, I could do that too. Okay, cool. I didn't know that would do it. Hi, Carol. Yeah, the the method that I'm seeing here is because arrays are objects. Just this was from the MSN docs or MDN docs, sorry. So something like this. That looks like a cheese to me, though. I don't like that. I'll do what you mentioned. I like the spread operator more, so I'll do that. I'll do what you mentioned. That looks a lot nicer. Okay, so now it has a deep copy. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's good to know. Okay. Now I think this works. It's kind of inefficient as hell. The only thing I don't know if this return matters. I think it's only the outermost return that'll be everything, right? So let's test it on the and then it was permutations.spec. Okay, so we passed our first test. Okay, we passed 2. Okay, now here's the real one. If this works. Okay, yeah. Maybe infinite loop. 2 possible permutations. Yeah, maximum call stack size. I think it's an infinite loop here. From somewhere. Yeah. From here. I would assume this. Because we push the thing onto the. We push the permutation onto the answer. So this should early return, I would think. What am I learning? I'm learning, I'm doing recursion methods in JavaScript. Kumar. JavaScript, yes. I'm on break, so I'm not going to actually do any coding for this 2 minutes here. But so there's obviously this check is not early returning, or else we wouldn't get this infinite loop happening, right? And see where it blows up. Yeah, I'm assuming the answer isn't like if I do console.log answer, I'm assuming the answer accumulator is not being updated properly. Well, it's not what I wanted to do. Yep. Or it actually is, but there's no like exit condition. That's funny. Okay. So it's working, it doesn't stop. You're starting the index at 0. Oh, right. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, so I actually need to maybe have another variable. So like start equals 0. I equals start. And then start plus 1 or something like that. That might be that. You're right. I hear you. That's why. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I think that fixed it. Cool. Thank you for the tip. I was thinking about the higher level logic that I didn't think about that. Okay, so that worked for that, and then now let's see if it works for the 6 possible permutations. Received 3. Oh, because I know why. Array 1, 2. Yeah, because we only swap. Let's just console log. Also, no backseat. You can give me hints, but no full backseat coding, please. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, I see. So it's having duplicate entries. That's strange. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, that swaps. Then we have 1, 3, 2, that swaps. It's not React. No, it's not React. I'm using Jest. That's just what's built into the exercise. I think it's Jest anyway. Like if I go to the... Oh, I'd have to go to the higher level. Is it in here? No. Yeah, it's in this file. There's a package.json with all the Jest stuff in here. I'm close. I just not sure why this is this duplicate should not have been put in the answer by that check. If you're vibing to music and coding, would that be vibe coding? I think so. It'd be vibe coding. It would be better vibe coding, I think. Answer.push. So this includes this might not be working for some reason. Like do the JS fiddle thing. It's pretty convenient. Aha. I figured. So this does not include, interesting. Includes checks for reference equality maybe, so that's not what I want. Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's the confusing thing. So my suspicion was indeed correct, JMac, that the dot includes is failing. Which actually probably wouldn't have, yeah, so okay. So we gotta have some other more convoluted method of checking this. Check if sub array is an array. Maybe. I'm just looking up. The problem with reference value, yeah, I figure. Because I think it's the dot includes. Gil, I think it's the dot includes. I'm just trying to find an alternative to that. Okay, these are Python solutions. JavaScript. Give me JavaScript, guys. Sub.every. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, because I think the perm is a value that's different than the. So I need to check whether they match, like whether the elements are the same. I could also just like brute force this. Like I could write my own. Just use C, yeah. I want to learn C eventually. Bro, if statement are shit. Which if statement? Do it myself, create my own? Okay, yeah. I'll do that. I forget how, I think I just do this, like const has what do I want to call this? In array. In answer or something. Equals perm answer C better than all, yeah, fair. For let I equals 0, I is less than answer dot length. Return false. And we'll say if perm JSON.stringify perm dot match JSON.stringify answer I return true. I think something like that would work, right? Property of this will get confusing with references, so I'm just going to do P in answer P return, right? And then you go to C or Rust. C or Rust is like, forget it, man. I don't know. I don't know. C++ is daunting too. Okay, so maybe this works then? Although it might not because... Oh, perm. That's why. P is not defined. Okay, but we're getting somewhere closer, I think. Expected minus 25. Okay, so now this check. We need to check whether this check works. I have a feeling this is returning true. I don't know why this wouldn't work. You're at a point where I realize that I've learned enough JS so I can't leave yet, and then more I learn the specifics. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair as well. Do you learn, do you do TypeScript, Plato? I don't know why this, I should probably test this function in isolation to make sure it's doing what I want it to, which I can probably do actually in here. Right, so I can do console.log in answer, and then I'll say answer equals this. Ugly. I would have done it different, but what I would do is console log the if statement to see what it is comparing. Yeah, true. I'm just doing that here. Perm equals 1, 2, 3. I'm just doing that in the JS fiddle just to see. Let's see. Oh yeah, so this does work. And then actually I can do it like this. I know this is like adding complexity here, but yeah, so we compare those two. Console.log 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, true. Oh, does it? Oh, that would suck. Ah, it does. TypeScript was fun and easy. Learning extension, you're not using it in any of your projects. Feels like a lot of work. Yeah, it is a lot of work. We could use JS docs to keep a good bit of the type checks, but not too much. Oh, so you can do... Okay, so you can still do type checks with vanilla JS. I see. Okay, so herein lies the problem. For something that was always returning false, now it's always returning true. Because I don't think when you json.stringify, it's like returning true for everything, even if it's not in the so like in this example, it's kind of hard to see. Well, with the JS fiddle, but even if 213 is not within here, right? but it's returning true anyway. If the console is visible. Oops, not what I wanted. Run. Where did the console go? What the hell? I lost it. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, so it's returning true. Guys, I don't know. Okay, so obviously this JSON.stringify idea was not the right option. Okay, so the other idea that I have is to just make it, like, I could really brute force this sucker, and I could just loop through answer I, whoops, and then do like a, like, I have a solution for this, but it's going to be really ugly. Let j equal 0, j is less than answer I dot length j plus plus, and then we just compare each element, right? So we'll say we'll actually return true by default. Or no, we won't. False. And then we'll do return true. And then we'll say if you just don't want to brute force this, which is fine and fair, but I think you're learning. Yeah. I think your message cut off there. Again, I'm new to JavaScript, so the whole having to implement the side function thing is a little bit new to me. So let's see. If, what do we want? PJ is not equal to answer I, or answer IJ, then we want to break out of this loop. Otherwise, we want to return true. Although I need to, maybe actually it would be continue, would it not? No, hold on. Let me think about the logic here. Let's just do found. Let's just do a, this is not how I want to do this. Something like this. Learning the language, and you want to fight the language, not the problems, if you know how to solve them. Yeah, exactly. I'm fighting the language. Like, I know the theory behind, like, a backtracking permutations algorithm. It's just this comparison, right? To check whether, like, so we're solving, like, a sub-problem, essentially. This is really ugly, but I think it works. I might be proven wrong, though. Yeah. False, false, false. I think this function now works though. So I want to test it over here. So this should now return false. Yes. But then if I put 1, 2, 3, it's true. If I want to do 1, 3, 2, it's true. But 2, 3, 2, 1, 3 should be false. Yeah. Okay, so this function I think works. Kumar, basically what we're doing is we're creating a helper function to check whether the current permutation that we're checking is currently in the final answer or not, essentially. But I think now, because this is working, I don't think we need this start limitation anymore. I could be wrong. This could cause an infinite loop again, but I don't think we need it because of the early return. But I could be wrong. Oh, see? Yeah, that worked. See? So we don't need that because it's early returns. Okay, so that worked. That worked. All right, we finally got it, guys. Okay, my logic was right all the way through. It was just implementing it. Okay, so then this final test should work too. Let's remove all the skips. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. Big W here. I can walk through the problem again slowly if you want, Kumar, and kind of like re-explain stuff before I move on. At least do my best to. You have a call, you have to leave. See you next stream. Yeah, see you, Plato. Nice having you around. Appreciate you coming around. Okay, let's go back to this. I can move on? Okay, sounds good. I can... It's just yeah, it's nothing crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing, Gil. You got it. Okay. This is just a Pascal implementation, is it not? Or is there some trick here? Oh, sorry, Pascal's triangle. I was thinking Fibonacci. I was so confused. Okay, this is Pascal's triangle. This is not... okay. So we're calculating the row of the Pascal's triangle. I see. So first row is 1. So it takes an input n and outputs the nth Pascal row as an array of numbers. And I think it grows by 2 each time, right? Like, so it's like, oh no, sorry, 1. So this is fairly simple. So we can do array, or we can just call it Pascal, maybe? No, row. Does it take in a number? Oh yeah, it does. N, and then row. So then we'll say if n is 0, return row. Sorry, if n's 1, return row. So that's our guard case. That's our base case. Try to refactor too many loops. I can later. I honestly, there's probably a more elegant way of handling this checker function, but I don't know of one. So I brute forced it. The main crux of the problem is this helper function. I think the rest of the implementation is fine. It's just this is ugly, and I know that, but I'm just going to leave it because I know logically what's going on. And I think any underlying implementation of some sort of like library function would probably work pretty similar to this. Okay, so this is our base case. And then so what we're going to do is, how do we like, oh, this is a dumb question because I know how to do this in Python. Initialize array of fixed size. Oh, it's literally just... Okay, so then we'll say let new row equal array of row dot length plus 1. And then we'll say, and then we'll go through it algorithmically. We'll go through each element of the row. And so 0 plus 1. Right, so we start at... I'm just recalling how Pascal's triangle works again. It's like the sum of the upper two numbers, right? Yeah, so 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. Yeah, okay. This is going back to like grade 12 math here. So we've got like 1 plus 1 is 2. And then here would be 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1. So for each of the end elements are always 1, right? And then we construct the middle ones. That's how we do it. What am I cooking here? I'm solving a problem to find the nth row of Pascal's triangle. So what I think I can do is I can say new row 0 equals 1 and new row dot length minus 1 equals 1. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing it as a recursive function. So what I'm doing, Gil, is I'm constructing the new row, and then I'm going to call, at the end here, I'm going to call Pascal on n minus 1, and then new row, right? So I'm going to do a recursive call, and then if we get to the base case, then we just return it, right? I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm doing. And then I am going to construct the new row here. That's my plan of attack, I think, for this problem. So obviously the ends of the new row are always 1, and then now we can loop through the first row. Oops. And this is actually row dot length minus 1 because of the fact that when we hit the end here, we don't want to go over. And then we'll say that new row I plus 1 equals I actually might need this to be... Oh no, that's fine. That's good. New row I plus 1 equals row I plus row I plus 1. If that makes sense. And then so we construct that new row, and then we recursively call down here. Yes. I think that's fine. I think that works. So let's see if it works for the first one. I know I'm like Pomodoro's kind of out the window, but that's okay. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, okay, so that worked. Obviously. Oh, whoops, did I? Returned undefined. Oh, maybe I want to return this here. That's probably why. Yeah. How true is the system design is the new DSA? maybe like I think 9 a.m. what they're getting at is that system design is something that's less likely to be automated by AI. Like, for example, if AI is trained on all of the millions of, like, for example, like leak code solutions to DSA algorithms, it could get pretty damn good at solving like a breadth first search or a tree traversal or like a topological sort or like some other DSA concept, right? Because all of that data is out there. But system design is a lot more involved, right? And there's not as much like rote data for an AI to train on system design. At least that would be my opinion or my thinking of it. So I think that's what they are probably getting at with that. Yeah, basically 9 a.m. exactly. Pretty much. Okay, guys, I think this works. This was a lot easier of a solution than the other one. We could try refactoring our other solution. Yeah. Your next interview is about API design? Oh, like job interview? But yeah, no, this Pascal problem was pretty easy. It's just a base case and a recursive step, essentially. Like, we do the base case, we construct the new row, and then we recurse on the new row. It's pretty basic stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know if we want to fix that. I can like do some Googling. Check if smaller, check for array in array of arrays, JS. Okay, here's my man. See, this is what I naively thought I could do. Oh, does index of work? A dot index of B. Yeah, this is what I thought. This is what I did, essentially. Maybe. Your fourth interview of 150 apps? Dang. That's crazy. I have not been applying to jobs. I'm just chilling in my tier 2 IT job because it's stable. What am I doing? I was solving some recursive JavaScript problems, Roger, but I'm wrapping it up now. I just want to test whether this works. I want to test whether index of works, because if it does, I'm gonna like lose my mind. So it'll be a dot index of b, I think, right? Substring to return. But is index of not? Oh, because I need to stringify them. Okay. Or no, it'll be perm. That makes sense. How does that help with web dev work? I'm just going through the Odin Project. So the Odin Project is an open source web development curriculum. And this computer science section is just a part of it. It can help with, like, DSA is good for any application, whether you're doing even front-end development, in some cases, depending on what you're implementing, right? So it's good to know some computer science concepts. Okay, so this needs to be a little bit more involved here. So I can actually just modify the inAnswer function. So let's just like do this. Return, or no, say ant string equals JSON dot stringify answer p string equals JSON dot stringify p if answer return true. Or actually, we can just return this as a Boolean. If that works, that's gonna suck. Okay, it didn't work. I'm glad it didn't work. Unless this is backwards. I don't think it is, though. No. Okay. Okay, never mind. Let's just leave the permutation thing. Okay. All right, that's that section done. Ooh, Fibonacci sequence. Oh, and then merge sort. Love that. Do we want to test this with like Jest probably? Use what you've learned about recursion so far to tackle the two classic problems that leverage recursion. The Fibonacci sequence is a numerical sequence. Yeah, I know Fibonacci. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go through merge sort again. This is gonna be good for practice. Am I past HTML and CSS? Yeah, for the most part, Roger. You can look at my past VODs if you want to see. I'm not. I think the refactoring are doing pretty is to use functional programming. Oh, maybe. That could be, Gil. I'm not gonna lie to you. The course that I almost failed was my functional programming course, where we had to learn Haskell, and I hated it so much. So, functional programming is like not my forte. But I hear you. I hear you on that. I was just trying to do a hack, I guess. But this does work. It's just shitty. Okay, so let's get our terminal open. No, I want it like... There we go. See you, Kumar. Could be a good exercise to learn the new features of JS. Yeah, it would be. Functional programming is beautiful. I disagree. I understand the law. Yeah, exactly. No, it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I want to focus on like just finishing this course first. Like I don't want to get bogged down in the nitty gritty of like functional implementations when like, because like again, I know the logic, but I've just never, I don't know. Functional programming for me, like, never really clicked. I always needed to rely on friends for help. What is Elixir, though? Let me look it up. Oh, is it like... is it a different language? Oh, it kind of looks like Python if it was functional. Why did I choose web devs over data roles? Because IT's boring. IT is boring. After working in it for almost a year, it's boring as hell, and I want out. Like I literally just do like sysadmin stuff all day and like database stuff with application. Like it's kind of, I'm an application database admin, so I basically manage like like the applications our company uses and automatic patching and stuff like that, and deploying apps. Oh, it has one of the greatest concurrency models. Interesting. It's good to know. That was another course I sucked at. Was concurrency and parallelism. I forget what the course was actually called. It was like basically a concurrency. I give access to new users and deal with the Weeders problem. Yeah, so basically, like, here's an example. Like, HR wants new HR program. Like, they wanted a program that does video recording, like screen recording, right? So what I do is I configure the group in Azure, like Microsoft Azure, give them all the right permissions. I put in the reg files and the necessary like reg keys for that match the license for that application that we've procured from finance. And then I basically package the app in a third-party RMM tool, which I actually don't remember. I don't remember what that stands for. It's like remote something management. But it's basically like an app that interfaces on top of Azure to package the installer, and then I essentially press a button, and then based on that Azure group I've configured, it automatically installs the app with all of the license registration config. That's basically my day-to-day. And then sometimes there's installation issues, and then I have to troubleshoot those, because sometimes there's like software I configure automatic updates too. So if like sometimes updates will conflict. So if a new version's released that conflicts with the older version might not uninstall properly, and then it causes like an install conflict. And then I have to like kind of dig around in the reg files and debug it. Do I think Azure will be ahead of AWS? I have no idea. I don't like Azure. I also don't know AWS. I'm only familiar with Azure. I've never used AWS before. But I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Okay, so let's go back, and then we'll do maybe make our own fib dot. Okay, we'll do Fibonacci first. Yeah, it's relatively funnier. Yeah, and I don't know whether I'll stay in web development for ever either. I'm kind of just effing around and finding out, basically. So nothing too crazy. I actually, you know what? Instead of having it as its own thing, I might actually include it within the JS exercises repository. I didn't think about that. I'm kind of just waffling. Java. You don't think you could do web dev? That's fair. I might not even stay in web dev. I don't know. But I'm using it as a starting point to kind of get my foot in the door into the industry, because I don't really work in software development, right? Like IT and software development are kind of like two different worlds. Okay, so I want to like create a folder within here, I think. So like we'll do make dir fib. And then I think that would I think then I could include everything, like the testing framework and all that. So then code fib, and then I just want to also CD computer science recursion code. I just want to see the my window manager is going bananas right now. It's .spec, and then this is it's require. Okay. So we'll do a fib.js. I'll just do this in JavaScript. I don't care about TypeScript. Fib.spec.js. We'll do const fib equals require fib. And then we'll do our tests here. Okay. So zero, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Okay, so let's okay. So we'll do our tests. So we'll do tests. Why is it automatically fib length 0? Maybe like length 1. And I think it's expect fib of 1 dot is equals. What was the function? I do not remember. You'll end up doing web dev companies. I don't know what the use of DSA is or not for development. I think DSA is more useful for backend, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's .to equal. That's the function that I want. To equal. And this would be just 0. Is that not the syntax of this? Because I think this isn't jest. This might not actually be jest. Oh, that's a problem. It's a linting issue. Okay. It's a linting issue. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do our length 8. And then we'll do like a length 20 or something. Actually, maybe that's too big. Fibonacci sequence generator. Just give me the numbers. There we go. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, 233, 377, 610, 987, 1597, 2584. Okay. That's good. I think that's enough test cases. Well, actually, maybe we'll add like a length 4 or something, or 5. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. You don't think leak code is overall useful, but knowing basic data structures is basically a must? Yeah. Here's the thing with leak code. I use it honestly just as like a daily like brain exercise. I'm not gonna lie. Because like I did learn DSA in school. How good was I? I don't know. I think pretty decent. But I kind of like forgot a lot of what I learned. Not forgot it, but I'm like kind of rusty. So I kind of just use it for like de-rust on like problem solving skills. Yeah, and then there's code forces too. I was initiated to code forces as well. Is it troll? Yeah, because here's the thing, guys, as well. All I have, like 98% of my computer science knowledge is from school. So like school versus real world, very different. Hence this whole YouTube channel and this whole thing and you guys coming and hanging out. So, you know. Why did you go through providing proofs of NP completeness? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Nightbot died. Nightbot killed you. I'm sorry. I set an emoji limit of like 20, I think. Let me check. I was actually waiting for it to see if it would moderate you or not. Let's see. Excess emotes. Okay, so let's set the limit to like 30. No one should surpass 30 emotes. That's my bad. Sorry, JMac. Yeah, banhammer. Honestly, it's like such a trial and error thing. Like, I don't know. Nightbot's kind of a bitch sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Anyway, so we generated our tests, and then now we can actually code the thing. Although, because the syntax for this was common.js, I think. So I just want to make sure I have the syntax right. Module.exports. Okay, so it's this. So const fib module.exports equals fib. I think. Okay, so that should be fine. Probably the most useful LeetCode question you've done is LRU cache. What is LRU again? It's last. It's for caching. Yeah. Forget what that is. Last recently used. That's it. Yeah. Or the other thing was proving NP completeness through, what was it called? Like reduction? Proving NP completeness with reduction was a pain in the ass. So you would have like a model problem, like I think it was it 3 sat? Was that what it was called? Yeah, the 3 sat problem. That was such a bitch. It took me so long to understand that. Dev crafted. I'm using common.js because that's the repository I'm in, uses common.js. But I usually use ES6. Wise man, the more I code, the more it makes me realize to buy land and start farming. Yeah, exactly. Show it on your final exam. Yeah, there was that, and then we had I don't know if you guys ever did maximum flow problems, but those like it was like graph theory, but it was essentially like if you have a weighted directional graph, and then you have like a source and a sink. It was like, what's the maximum amount of flow given the weighted edges that can go through that graph, right? Like, yeah, that was complicated. Like, it was easy to understand, like at a high level, but it was not easy. Generally. So I think what I'll do here is, do we want to default it at 0? Yeah, we do. 5, 6, 7, yeah. Instant approval, yeah. Okay, so then this is going to be a similar, like, because we're using recursion, right? So this will be like a similar case where we do like, where we check if n is equal to 0, return answer, right? And then I think I need to handle the first couple of base cases. Or actually, no, it's n is 1. My bad. I think I need to, I need to get a starting point, I need to handle the first couple of base cases manually. So then I think I need to do return 0, 1. And then, actually, I don't even need the else if here. I don't think I need any more after that. I think now I can just do the recursive step. So what I need to do is I need to generate the new value. So I need to say that the new value is equal to answer dot length minus 1 plus answer dot length minus 2, and then answer dot push new val, and then fib return fib. Oh, actually, you know what? This won't work because I need to handle this separate. Yeah, that won't work. This won't work. I need to think about the base cases, but this is like the general structure. Return fib n minus 1 answer. You know what we could say? What we could do is we could say if n equals 1, as we had, then we return answer. And then we do if n is greater than 2, then we do this. We'll say, I can also just do answer.push this. Otherwise, answer.push 1. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write let dev crafted. I forgot about writing let. I've been doing so many Python and JavaScript that my brain gets like confused sometimes. on syntax. That's my bad. I would have caught it though. You're right though. It's just JavaScript and Python brain. Okay, so this I think works. Although maybe I want to do it like this. Maybe I want to explicitly check. We want to reverse the order. Yeah, sorry, dev crafted, yeah. So this should be fine. I think. So we can do npm test fib spec. Oh, wait. Okay, 3 failed. Okay, so our length 1 worked. Let's isolate some here. I might be missing something. I don't think n... I think the constraints of the function... Okay, so Gil, the constraints of the function, I think, are that n is at least 1. Because with the example input of 8, the function returned the array 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, which is 8 elements. So I don't think it would make sense if the n was less than 1. Yeah, no, it's all good. No worries. So let's just hold on. I hate this, like, and then let's just print out print answer. I just want to see what's happening here. Ah! Because I didn't change the fucking numbers inside of here. That would help if my tests were written properly. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, but it's still wrong. Oh, it's not print. Python. Okay. Zero NaN. Ooh. This is not what we want. Yeah. Good old Python days. Yeah, no, it's console.log. I would have caught that. Or I did catch it, actually. Just, it's cause like, I have a habit of, in the mornings before work, I do like a Elite Code Easy or Elite Code Medium just to like wake up. I honestly, it's like, I do it with like, the, New York Times puzzles too, like Wordle and, Spelling Bee and stuff. I have this like routine where I wake up and I do puzzles to kind of turn my mind on. What is the deal here? I have a oh, it's because I'm constructing this in the wrong order. Because that's 5. Okay. No, I know why this is backwards. Because n is decreasing, but here I'm assuming it's increasing. That's just an implementation thing. So what I do then is we'll have another variable called step. Oh wait, no, that's actually fine. And then it's n plus 1, or no, it's n step plus 1 answer. Step equals n, and then step equals 2. Okay. That should be fine. It was because, yeah, it's because I was assuming that n was increasing when it was actually decreasing. Okay, that still didn't work. Why? Okay, so step is, so n is 5, so this wouldn't happen. Oh, because this... Yeah, so actually I can just return... Oh no, I can't, because... no. That doesn't work either. I just need to set answer. That's it. Okay. Yes, I think that should be fine. There we go. Got it. Now that should work for arbitrarily many. Right. Ooh, length 20. I'm assuming that this is wrong. This test case is wrong. So I think the number of elements in here would be 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Let me just like print. I have a feeling this test case is wrong, actually. I think if we change this to 21, that should be fine. Yep, the test case was wrong. Good. Okay, our weird Fibonacci implementation is done. I think I'll do the merge sort, and then I'll probably be done for tonight. It's been a minute since I've done merge sort. I think there's like 2. Yeah, so we'll do cd, and we'll do mkdir merge sort. That's good. I could always Wikipedia the pseudocode and then implement it. I kind of want to like remember how to do it a little bit. Because I think there's two helper functions, right? There's like a const merge. And then there's like a combine, right? I just forget what, or not, sorry, divide, and then combine. I could call this merge, I guess. And then that takes 2 arrays. You always do it with only the merge function? Is it possible to do that? This was how I did. I remember this was how I was taught to do it in school. But there might be a, yeah. Okay, let me think about how to do that with only the merge. Because that might be possible. Oh, because then you just recurse on merge sort, right? Rukor, it's the Odin Project. Oh no, that's fair, Gil. I appreciate it. Might get me to think differently. Because if you just recurse on merge sort, then yeah. Because there's got to be a base case, right? So the base case obviously is the array length is 1. So we'll do the base case. So we'll say if array.length equals 1, then return array. Oops. There's our base case. Kind of want to do this without we could also put the tests in here too. This autocomplete thing is driving me nuts. Actually, technically I want to do less than or equal to. So these two tests should pass already by default, right? Obviously, we'll just test it. Spec. Yeah. Then merge sort on sorted. Probably like an auto formatter thing that I could use for that. Let's look up some test cases. I don't really feel like coming up with my own. Actually, this is a perfect ChatGPT question. Give me merge sort test cases. Yeah, no worries, Gil. Make some of them longer. Okay, so I'm trusting the AI comes up with good test cases because I'm too lazy to write my own. Again, a decent use of AI, in my opinion. Isn't this DSA? Why would I learn DSA for web dev? We're following the Odin Project, Abdul. So in the Odin Project, we have, there is a DSA section, like a CS section. So I'm just kind of, for completionist's sake, I'm just doing that. Right? But we won't be on it for too long. So, all right. So these are our test cases. And then now we can write our actual function. Right? And it's good to brush up on this stuff anyway, in my opinion. Yeah, so basically what we want to do is we have this helper function merge, right? Yeah. We want to merge it back into the original array, right? Yeah, it's totally free, Abdul. It's the Odin Project. You can check it out here. It's a free open source web dev curriculum. Totally 100% free. Okay, so I think we can actually do this with pointers instead. Yo, Egg, what's up? How's it going? Right. So we'll say low equals 0, high equals... Oh wait, does that actually even... Oh no, it doesn't. Actually, I think I can do this. I equals array.length minus 1. Right? So we have our merge helper there. This is kind of like a... Yeah, so we have to split the array, right? So we'll say if low is greater than or equal to high, return. And then we calculate the midpoint, right? And then we do the 2 halves. So that's the divide step. So we recurse on the merge sort. Why JS, not CSS or HTML? That's just the part of the course I'm on, Egg. So I'm doing the Odin project, and we're on the JavaScript course. So doing JavaScript stuff. So I think we do let mid equal, I think it's low plus high minus low divided by 2. And then this needs to be rounded, right? Is there any integer? How does integer division work? Integer division JS. I guess I could just floor the result. Let's do this. Right? And then we recurse on let left. And then right. Yeah, Egg. Yeah. You can check it out. The link's just above. It's a completely free web dev curriculum too, which is pretty great. So left is equal to merge sort. Yes, I recall. Of the array. So we say low and then mid. I think. And then let right half equal merge sort array mid plus 1 and high. Right? And then basically once we get the left half and the right half, then we merge them together using our merge function. So we do return merge left half right half. I think that's how that works. So we don't even need a divide step. Gil was right. That's an easier way of doing it, I think. We just recurse on the original function itself. I'm just thinking about how to do this here. Now I'm wondering, do I have to pass... Oh, I don't need to return anything, because I think if we're modifying the original array, then I don't think... Because we're modifying the original array, so I don't think we actually have to return anything. I appreciate that, Saish. It's nice to see you back. It's probably pretty early over there in India, right? Like 7 something in the morning? Okay, so I think we need to have... So we have our arrays. But these are just references to... the original array, right? So these are just... I think I need to pass the... I don't know. Trying to do this off of memory is a little bit tricky. Because this is just a part of the array. Like, what is this actually, like, returning here? This doesn't actually make sense, because if we're not returning anything, then this doesn't matter. We can just call merge sort, I think. You're starting to think of learn web dev? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm doing data structures and algorithms right now, SAFSA, or SAFSAF. But usually we do web dev. You can look at my previous VODs if you want to learn, or take a look at what I've done. So I actually think we just need the pointers, right? And then the original array. Do I need to pass the original array into the merge function though? I don't think I do. I think this is fine. And then, so what I need to do is for the two halves, I have to create 2 copies for the left half and the right half, I think. Right, so we'll say new array of size mid minus left or something. And then let right half equal new array right minus mid plus 1. Yeah, still on the grind, Play-Doh. I'm almost done though. I'm just implementing merge sort, and then we're gonna probably wrap up the stream. I usually go for about 3 hours a night. I'm pretty dedicated to this, so that's on top of working 8 hours a day too. So I don't know. The thing with work is it's kind of up and down, right? Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to populate the left half and the right half with the corresponding elements from the array. Then we need to reinsert them in order, right? So we need to do for let I equal 0. Actually, I can just do like, I can just do this. I equals 0. I is less than left half dot length I plus plus, and then we'll say left half I equals array I. Oh no, low plus I. Is it not? Yes. Although I think, no, let me see. And then right half is mid plus 1 plus I think. Although I think I put the plus 1 in the left half and not the right half, because we have the mid plus 1 to high here. And then, okay, so that's good. And then we need to recombine the arrays, right? Or we need to, so we have the left half and the right half, and then we need to sort it. By going through them. Yeah, doing some DSA, Vortex. Oh, let's get it. Let's get it. Cyber's great. All right, see ya. See ya, Gil. Have a good night or morning. I'm almost done this problem. I just need to I need to do a couple more steps here. So what we can assume then by what we can assume, because this is a I think this would be, because we divide everything into its constituent parts, we can assume that the left half and the right half are already individually sorted, right? Like, that's the assumption we can work off of, and that's what I remember from doing this, because when we're at the point when we're merging, like when left half and right half are single elements, that a thing that's a single element is already sorted, right? So we assume that the left half and the right half are already sorted. So we'll say let left pointer equals 0 and let right pointer, or actually I'll just call LP and RP, equals mid plus 1. Actually low, sorry, low. Oh, your master, like, are you getting a master's, Vortex? Also, I stream very frequently, Vortex, so if you want a co-working or studying buddy, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to, though. I just like to plug my channel when I can. That's awesome, Vortex. Congrats on that. I'll let myself have a little bit of a break here. And then basically we just go through and sub, let's get it. Let's go. I appreciate you. I think we're like, I don't know what the sub count is. I actually don't even want to check. It's probably decent. Yeah, 317, damn. We're doing pretty well. We were at 298 this morning. Yo, greetings from Colombia. Nice. Yeah, master's degree in CS, no way. It couldn't be me. You're probably, I think you're the first Colombian that's joined the stream, as far as I know. You got a master's in physics, Plato? Nice. I do not have a master's. You're from Eggland? Nice. Makes sense. Yeah, I have 2 undergraduate degrees. I don't know what good 2 undergrad degrees is going to do me, but... Physics was your favorite? Really? I did physics in high school. I was not a fan. As much. My other degree? My first degree was biology, Vortex. I did that right out of high school. I thought I wanted to be a high school teacher. Like a high school science teacher. And then I decided pretty quickly that I didn't want to be a teacher. But I still continued with biology. I finished it because I had a really good scholarship and I didn't want to give that up. And I also didn't want to transfer because of sunk cost fallacy. Oh, you were a vet. Dang. Vet med. That's awesome. Let me get this straight. Like, I love biology. I just didn't want to go into research. I didn't want to be a teacher and I didn't want to go to grad school for biology. I didn't really like writing research papers. So over COVID, I kind of thought about it and I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to school for CS. And then I graduated in 2023 with my bio degree. And then I got my CS degree in 2 years. I do not speak Spanish, unfortunately. I apologize. I am monolingual. You pursued it for the love of the subject? See, that's respect, honestly. I did that for my bio degree. Because, like, I knew halfway through it that I didn't want to go into biology. But I finished the degree. I saw it out because I had a really good scholarship and I didn't want to transfer. And I figured if I got 2 degrees over 1, it would be better than having just 1. Plus, I did the finances, and to finish the degree and then start a new one was going to cost the same as just switching my major, because I would have had to go so far behind. What VS Code what theme am I on? I forget. Let me see. Oh, whoops. I did the wrong thing. Theme. I don't remember how to look up the theme. Is it here? Atom 1 Dark. That's the theme I'm on. You're suffering from not using the math you learned? Yeah. It is. You lose it if you don't use it, for sure. Like, I did a theory of machine learning course last year, Plato, and like all the lineage that I had to use in that like is completely lost on me. Like I would have to basically relearn it from scratch again, I think. And like a lot of the discrete math that I learned too was very like I learned it for the test or the assignment. Like it didn't really stick. Not to mention I didn't know what I was doing half the time, so that was great. I kind of just relied on my smarter friends to help me, which is like, I mean, yeah, discrete math was whack. Yeah, you do use it or lose it. It's the same thing with anything, right? Like languages, any sort of skill, really. The only thing you don't use it or lose it with is like riding a bike. Or like skiing. Like I learned how to downhill ski when I was really young, and I hadn't gone in 6 years until this year, and I kind of just picked it up again. So if it's something like that, it's not too bad. But like even like instruments too, like playing instruments. I've been playing the piano for 21 years, so since I was 4, and I practice all the time to keep it up. So that's like a use it or lose it thing. I wouldn't say I'm like amazing at piano, but like I'm not too bad. I would say I'm around like a grade 8 conservatory level in Canada. I don't know what that translates to in anywhere else in the world. Yeah, practical skills versus theoretical, exactly. The only thing where that doesn't really apply is music. I feel like with music, if you don't use it, you lose it, but it's also like a tactile skill. Like piano, right? I don't know. All right, let's finish this problem here. So we want to merge everything. So we'll say while left pointer is less than, I think it's mid minus left plus 1, right? Or is it just mid minus left? No, it's the same. And right pointer is less than right minus mid. Or swimming. You thought you'd drown trying to swim for a very long time? It came back? Nice. I'm honestly, okay, this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm not very good at swimming. I never learned properly how to swim. I can swim, but not well. I never had lessons. Well, actually, I did when I was very little, but I hated them so much, so I basically begged my parents to take me out of it because I had like a fear of water. So I'm not a very good swimmer. I'm not afraid of water anymore, but still can't swim very well. So now what we need to do is we need to check basically which is bigger, right? So we'll say if left half LP is greater than right half RP, then we add the, actually we know, we want to check if it's less than or equal to, right? We want to check if it's less than or equal to because then we add it first. So we'll do array of, oh, I need a pointer for the array too, don't I? Because the array pointer needs to go from low to high. Yeah, okay, so I need an array pointer, which also needs to start at low. And then that needs to increase every step regardless of LP. And then LP plus plus else array AP equals right half RP plus plus and then AP plus plus. Yeah, nice meeting you, Vortex. Vortex, if you want to, sorry, I missed your message. If you want to join our Discord and chat, like maybe after stream or whatever, feel free. Trying to build this community up of like-minded people who like to learn, to code, project sharing, stuff like that. If that interests you at all, no, absolutely no pressure. Yo, Gil, how's it going? Why are we creating a separate array in the first place? We're not. Yeah, I appreciate you, Vortex. Okay. A lot of new folks tonight. It's kind of nice to see. And then, so basically, we're going to get to the point where one of these is not at the end, right? So I can do like an if LP is less than mid minus left plus 1, then while LP is less than mid. Or actually, I could probably just have, I don't need it inside of an if statement, do I? I don't think so. Oh, left half and right half? So I'm creating copies of them so that I can... because I'm modifying the array itself, right, Jill? So the reason why I'm creating copies is because I'm inserting back into the array itself. That's why. And if I'm inserting back into the array itself, if I modify the array as I'm inserting it, then these checks are going to be all wrong. So I'm creating distinct left half and right half. Because then I'll be mutating the array I'm adding to. Okay, so I think I can just do it like this too. I can do 4. There's probably an easier way to do this. We'll just say for, I think I defined I up here. I can just use it again. This is really bad form probably. LP, I is less than mid, minus left, plus 1, I plus plus, and then we'll say air, oh, then we need the pointer, right? The original pointer equals left half I, and then AP plus plus. And then we do an else if, actually we can probably just do it. Do I even need it as an else clause? I don't think so. Let me just do basically the same thing, but for the right half. Right minus mid. Okay. I think that's it. The only problem is I need to actually like return let's do these first 4 tests. First 5 tests. And we'll skip the rest. ChatGPT generated many tests. Okay. I think I'd do... I need a separate function, I think. So I'll call this merge sort divide. And then we'll do const merge sort an array. And then we'll say return merge sort divide array 0 array dot length -1. Just like that. Just as a little wrapper, because this wasn't returning anything since it was modifying the array. So I think that works. I can actually just do this. Syntax, easier. Okay. The one-liner. So let's test this. I'm not confident this is going to work first try. One failed. Oh, it just like didn't work for anything. Okay. Okay, so it's receiving undefined for everything. Oh, because it's not actually... Oh, because I need to do this. I'm dumb. Because nothing's being returned from merge sort divide. That's why. That's why. Merge single element already sorted, reverse sorted. Okay, so what's the reverse sorted? Okay, so these three work. Okay, so we'll do the reverse case. Let's see what the array was. Oh, it didn't change the order. I thought it would mutate that. What am I working on? I'm working on implementing. I'm working on implementing a merge sort from memory as a part of the recursion project for JavaScript. Yeah, once I'm done this, I think I'm gonna head out though for tonight because I'm feeling kind of tired. The array object should be modified though. This is kind of confusing. Because it's like, is it not being modified? I am confusion. Do I need to floor this entire result, maybe? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to make a difference. No. Yeah, because it's not sorting anything. So what if we console log... Let's console log the array. Yeah, so nothing's actually changing here, which is what I thought. So the recursion, the division step is happening. The recursive call is happening. But the array is not actually being updated, which is very weird. I don't know why that's happening. Oh, maybe do we need to pass the array as a param? Maybe that's why. Oh, because this was... Never mind. Merge, sort, divide. Oh, this is, no, that's fine. I think I need to pass the array as a param in here. Maybe. So it has a reference. But I thought the parameter of an outer function would be within the scope of an inner function, but I guess maybe not. Okay, now something else happened here. Yeah, so it still didn't sort anything. I'm confident our logic here is sound. I wonder though if we construct a new array to insert into. Sorted array equal new array of array.length. And then we pass that in here. Oh, and then the problem is then this, we need to change the array reference, right? So this might not work completely. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of confusing. I don't know why this doesn't modify the original array. Oh, because I know why. Because the LP and RP need to be 0. That's my fault. Then we need to say, well, LP is less than or equal to... Yeah, that's still fine. I think. Maybe that fixes it? No. Console log. Oh, because of this. Ah. Okay. We got it. Nice. Perfect. That was a little confusing. So our problem is that the left pointer and the right pointers were set incorrectly. Because I forgot that I was setting them as their absolute values and not relative values. So they obviously need to relatively start at 0 because it's the left and right pointer for the left and right halves of the array. Right? So it's relative to their starting point. I was setting it in absolute terms for the master array object. That was the issue. But I figured it out. So there we go. Here's merge sort, guys. Off the dome. Probably 11 months rusty. So now we're just gonna test everything here. And then I'm gonna probably leave stream. So let's make sure everything else still works. Okay, no. Already sorted does not work. Interesting. Why? Already sorted. What did it print? Oh. It's just filling everything in. This LP is not being updated properly. Oh no, let's just do left half dot length. Something like this. Right. Maybe that fixes it? No. Same issue. Something with a pointer not advancing. I'm almost certain of it. So I don't know, fellas. Yeah, so if the left half is last, then we advance the left pointer. Yeah, because I'm almost certain the left pointer is going to be stuck. Oh no, it isn't stuck. Interesting. I'm curious though, does this work for the random order one as well? I wonder. No. Okay, so it worked for reverse order, which is weird. Very, very weird. I think when I I think we just need to fix this one. I'll just let the timer stay stale. Array AP. This is why maybe. Nope. Same problem. Let's just print the console log the pointer each time here. LP. And then we'll log the array. Let's see, LP, RP, yeah. See, so something's not advancing here. So another loop goes by where neither of these increment. And then the left pointer increments. But it's weird how neither of them do. I wonder if this is the issue. I wonder if the shared index is causing trouble. It is not. If you made this a different variable, yeah, it's not really affecting anything. I don't know why on the one iteration step neither of these neither of these control flows are. Yeah, so it didn't increment. So it says I did LP++, and it did not increment. Oh no, you know why it didn't? Because that's a different branch. That's why. Of course it wouldn't. I don't know, I might need to sit with this one for a bit. Because I can't determine what the problem is. I'm kind of running out of steam. A little bit. So... yeah, I'd assume it's some issue with the pointers. Because this behavior of duplication should not be happening. Oh, I know why. Because I wasn't using the same variable names. That's why. I bet that fixes it. Nope. I keep thinking and then it doesn't happen. I was almost certain. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to sit with this one, guys, and then come back at it tomorrow, because I'm kind of like losing energy. But anyway, if you're here, thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you want to follow along, and you know, each day, some days will be better than others, I guess. Yeah, stay tuned. I'll be live tomorrow around 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard. And yeah, it takes time. Yeah, exactly. It's not. My logic, I think, is sound. It's just there's some error with a pointer happening. But yeah. Anyway. Cheers.